No one can touch you when you're dead. I mean, they can't even beat you up. Well, they could, I suppose, beat you up, but it really wouldn't matter. What was it? The Catholic Church, I forgot who it was. Was it Huss or someone? They killed him. They burned him. They buried him. They dug him up again, burned him again, and buried him again, scattered his body. I mean, it's like, you know, I can just see the guy in heaven going, knock yourself out. This really isn't bothering me much. You see, in the same way, to die to self, to die to all the passions, wrong passions, to die to all the idolatry, things don't have to go my way. Relationships don't have to go my way. Circumstances don't have to go my way. I don't have to be anything now. I don't need men's accolades. Because the fear of man is a snare. It's a terrible thing. Most people live in bondage to that. Most people do not live as they would live because they're afraid of men. Most people do not live as they would live because they're afraid of the future. They're afraid of circumstance. They're afraid. Fear is a monster. He died and brought forth much fruit. Let it be that they write that on our tombstones. Only that we died 30 and 40 years before we died. That we died to self and bring forth much fruit. Finally, to finish up this fivefold thing, it says, his death should be the destruction of Satan's dominion, sin's power, and death's bands over his people, and that whosoever should go about to support that tottering interest should fall under him. The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. Tottering interest. Anything that is not of Christ, that is not in the will of Christ, is a tottering interest about to fall. It's worthless. Prop it up all day long if you choose. Wear yourself out, but it is going to fall. Unless the Lord builds the house, those who labor, labor in vain. Everything outside of the will of God is a tottering interest. It's going to fall. It is a waste of your time. Guys, I can look back over 25, 26 years of a Christian walk and tell you I have wasted a bunch of time. Not being lazy, but just literally going in directions that I didn't need to go in. Trying to just run out of the chute as fast as I possibly could. And just, where are you running, Paul? I don't know, but I'm running fast. I don't think there's a reward for wearing yourself out. Walk. Notice it says walk. Walk. Walk how? Circumspectly. Choosing. Thinking. Praying. Meditating. Now, of course, there's a balance. But be careful. Just wearing yourself out, there's no piety in that. Now, we have we got our main text here coming before us, Hebrews 12:2, which we'll pick up next Tuesday, which we'll pick up this coming Tuesday. And I'm going to the Legacy Conference here tomorrow, I leave. But I'll be back on Sunday evening, and then I'll teach on Tuesday again, and then I'll be gone for about 12 days preaching in the jungle and in Lima. So let's go to the Lord in prayer, and then we're going to talk about the Bible Institute. Father, I come before you, and I ask you, Lord, to help us, that these truths would be applied to our lives, that they would become realities. An eternal perspective, Lord, not an earthly one. Teach us to be men who can walk in blind obedience and yet with joy.